Hey everyone, I'm going to go over the third void chart that I've been using for my farming rotation. If you haven't, you can check out the first two void charts, which are my map/city FE farming and my cube farming videos, which will be linked at the end here. But if you want to know the third strategy, this is the machine's memory fragment farming strategy. And what we do here is quite simple. We'll show you the void chart. The idea here is there was a patch last week, 2 weeks ago, around the 11th, that made the drones specifically in the trial of machines drop the exclusive memory fragments more frequently. And what that means is cards such as Immolating Flames and Cocoons will drop more frequently using this strategy. So what we want to do here is unload everything in to get as many drones as we can. There are 2 points here that will make the machine only have 1 life. Now, if you're feeling brave, you can use this and it will give you more drop quantity. However, there are those random drones that spawn and rush it, and it becomes more trouble than worth, in my opinion, so I don't get those nodes. I do, however, get everything else, as you can see in the machine tree, minus the chance to, because we will be using a compass to spawn it. What this will do is spawn a bunch of drones, reduce the drop quantity, but by 100%, but we're going to use Trial of War to get that drop quantity back. And this will spawn a bunch of drones, instantly speed up the machines, and increase the amount you will be seeing Cocoons and Immolating Flames drop. To give you some perspective here, I started this strategy when the patch was released. It took me about 20 hours, a little give or take, to farm 20 Immolating Flames. So that is 1 prairie within 20 hours of using this strategy. All right, we also have our customary legendary nodes here, so we can get some legendary gear while we're doing this. We have our Trial of War set up with the increased time and maximum levels we can get. This will increase our drop quantity, make it last longer, so we can juice the machines as much as possible. All right, and that's it. It's all machines, war, and that's it. We end up with the compasses again, so we can save some of our compasses. The compasses we like to use here are the Rusty War, the Rusty Machines, and then the 2 memory fragments. These will give you chances at multiplying the fragments. And of course, if you have Kong, you should be using Kong for this. He is essentially the same thing as these memory fragments, so it gives you another layer of multiplying, and you can get upwards potentially of 6 Immolating Flames dropping at once. It's really fun when that happens. So these are the compasses we use. Of course, as always, if you want, you can use the more expensive compasses, which will, in turn, in theory, speed up the process. I can't promise you will always go net positive using the expensive compasses. I haven't really tested them that much myself. I've played around with them a little bit, and in my opinion, I wasn't getting the return for the cost, so I went back to these compasses. All right, guys. I like to use this strategy specifically in Blistering Lava and Thunder Wastes because those are the 2 regions that drop the cards we are targeting. Thunder Waste for Cocoons and Blistering Lava for Immolating Flames. So I use these 2 regions only, and if you've watched the other 3 videos, at this point you should see the cycle that I like to do. I would like to run Steel Forge and Voidlands, farming my maps and keys and various resources that I use to fund my other farming strategies. So I will run down Steel Forge and Voidlands till I have 0 in each of those regions. By the time I'm done doing that, I'll have about 50 or so in Glacial Abyss and the other regions. I'll go to Glacial Abyss. I'll run my cube strategy. All right, we switch it over to cube and we run my cube here. I'll run that down until I run out of compasses or maps. At this point, I switch over to Lava or Thunder Wastes to do my machines free cards. And I do this until same thing, I run out of compasses or maps. At this point, I have a bunch of maps now back in Voidlands and Steel Forge, and we repeat the process. Obviously, we can go to the city and the Mistville whenever we want a change of pace or change of scenery, and we farm those up. All right, guys. There's my farming strategy this season. Hopefully you enjoyed all 3 of the videos. If you haven't had a chance to check out the other 2, be sure to do that. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. And as always, if you want to ask me questions or just hang out, you can join me pretty much every day live at twitch.tv/MikeOneUp. All right, guys, hopefully this helped. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye!